today's business landscape before.
Yeah, so I was saying that inclusive team, they perform better. So if you understand them and you treat them in the way that is best for that set of people, they will feel happy. They will feel motivated. And then it will increase your profitability, as I've said earlier on. And not only your profitability, your sustainability, because it's also key. It's also key. So your ability to identify those areas that you need to address, the area of diversity, and to make everybody, treat everybody, that everybody in this organization is somebody. No opinion is nothing. So everybody are treated as somebody. So people feel happy and they feel motivated and they will help your business.
But in this part of the world, we have the cultural values that a lot of people try to key into. We try to pay attention to what the Alpha generation and the Generation X try to say, and then we try to downplay the Gen Z by saying moderation.
Thank you very much. And then I think that is the essence of all this advocacy that we're having, like this program on Accelerate Lagos that we're talking about. It's for you to see there is also something that you need to learn from them. As you're saying that, okay, this one, just try to downplay them. I can tell you that is generation that is the most creative and innovative generation. They might be restless. Then you look at them that, okay, I can get the best out of them because they are creative and they are innovative. And you need innovation for your business. You know, there's a popular saying that innovate or you die. So exactly. You need them.
You have to keep evolving.
Yeah. So it's for you to say, okay, what's their need, and how can we be flexible in our approach in our business? Most businesses and offices today are so rigid the way we have been doing it in the 80s, in the 70s, in the same thing. But it doesn't work with these people. Now, okay, time has changed. The world of work have changed. What can we change to accommodate everybody? And we are going to have more of it. The Generation Z that we are talking about, they might not be, don't let me just say that, the one that is coming after the Alpha. We are going to have a lot of challenges from them. But good challenges.
Oh, well, let's see how that pans out. We hope for the best always. Yeah. So what are some of the benefits of diversity and inclusion for these businesses? Okay,
I think we have been mentioning some of them, but let me also add some. If you have a business that embrace this policy, the policy of diversity and inclusion, it's going to give your company a good image, because your employee, they are your ambassador. Some company today has somebody that is working there. Oh, I have an interview in your office. Say, don't come. But some people are the one that would go out and say, oh, my place of work is a nice place to work. So you increase your PR, increase your public relation, your image outside there. And it makes your people, when they are happy, they are the one that will go to make all those announcements about you. You have a dedicated team that are ready to go above and beyond for you. And you will see that in this economy that we have now, everything is not about salary. True. Even if you cannot increase the salary, you can also make them to be happy.
True.
You bring them to people are looking at some other things that are beyond money. I've heard people that say, okay, I want to change job, but you have another job for them that is going to pay them higher, but I'm not going there. I'm not going there. I will stay where I am, though the salary is not as high as where they are calling me. But I enjoy what I'm doing here.
Absolutely. So the welfare of your workforce is key if you really need to get the best out of them. And I do hope business owners are listening as we speak. Okay, so let's now look at some of the examples of bigotry, discrimination, and unconscious bias that often occur in the workplace. Of course, we already mentioned downplaying a certain generation and all of that, but you're a professional in this field, in the HR and admin field. You must have encountered or even see some other things that I do not have an idea of.
Yeah, so there's some other silent one that those bigotry that you see when people have formed opinion about a certain set of people from certain parts, culture. And as a matter of fact, it's very important for us as the employer of labor and everyone that have businesses to take note of this. It's also important for us in Nigeria because Nigeria is a multicultural setting. Some people have lost some talent because of cultural biases. So what we are trying to say is that do not generalize people, because
can we state example of some of these cultures that we're talking about? Because there are some things you would see and you would assume, no, I won't take it, she should go and do it elsewhere. But look, you have to look beyond this particular traits. Can we identify some of these traits?
I might not just be specific for certain reason, but for example, someone can say that, oh, I don't want this from this set of people because don't give me this, especially in your hiring process. I don't want somebody from here because they are lazy. They are lazy strong.
Okay.
Is he lazy? So we should treat people separately, treat people differently. Not just box them, because when you have that idea, most of the things that we are doing, maybe in the hiring process, in taking decision at work, is as a result of what we were told, or what we have read, or what we have experienced from one person. And then I generalize that, okay, if I see anybody that look like Taiwo, this is how Taiwo behave. That is not that's not a logical conclusion.
Oh, these are how Taiwos are.
Yeah, okay,
we are like that. Okay, so let's take this call. I see this person has been trying to reach out. Okay, so please put your call through again. I would really love to hear from you. Today, we are talking fostering diversity and inclusion in the workplace. My guest is Simon Alamu. He is the head HR and admin at LSCTF. Do not forget that Accelerate Lagos has been brought to you by the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, LSCTF. And on the program, we talk about everything concerning businesses in Lagos, especially the growing ones, the small scale businesses, just to help you grow and sustain the tempo or even grow way beyond your imagination. You can put a call through to be a part of a conversation on 0809 9120 777, or you can send an SMS or a message to our WhatsApp platform. Again, let's tell you that vehicular movement is busy on Ikorodu Road, coming in from the Owodioniri end all the way down to Mount of Inward Koshofe. An accident involving a high capacity bus and a car causing that gridlock there. I understand there was an impediment around Ogulunto earlier on also that caused a bit of a build-up around that area. And yes, Stephen emphasized that that has been taken off the road. But from the message I received here that dropped about 5 minutes past 10, there must still be build-up around that area. So Alade Shaye, if you're listening, please confirm to me the status of Ogulunto in where the Tawolo to link at Jegule. Moving on now, Mr. Lamu. So let's look at what measures can employers take to identify and address these issues among their team, fostering a more inclusive workplace.
Yeah, thank you very much. The employers should have an effective feedback system, because this thing is happening to people. Someone who's not feeling inclusive, there should be a feedback mechanism through which employee can channel their concern. And also there should also be an enlightenment for the people's managers, because in the organization there are layers. So you have the head, the general manager, they are there. So they have some managers. So you have the line managers that are managing people directly. So if you are preaching diversity and inclusion at the top, if those people that are managing people directly, they are very close to people, if they do not believe in that, you might not be able to have that kind of seamless arrangement of that diversity and inclusion. So we should be able to preach this thing to every layers of management, and then we should have an effective feedback mechanism in which the people that are being managed, they can hear their view. They can say that I didn't feel inclusive, I'm not well managed in this aspect or the other.
Let's talk about feedback mechanism, because I really cannot ascertain if we still get to see that kind of scenario in workplace as we speak in Nigeria. I mean, suggestion boxes. I know we used to see something like that in the past.
Yeah.
But do we really look at these suggestion boxes? Do we appraise it? I mean, it's one thing to share appraisal forms, give it to people, suggestion forms, and all of that. But, okay, first, let's state clearly the difference between the suggestion forms that we share to the workforce and the suggestion box. Is there any difference? Does it work? What's the effectiveness in both?
So I can tell you the effectiveness of both of them depend on the people that are managing them. They are not, I can say that one of them is not effective. They are very good. It depends on the one that work for your organization.
Okay.
But where the crux of the matter is that what is the action taken on those feedback? So if I write some suggestion, I drop into the boss, or I fill a form and I make some points, do we take action on it, or we are just taking it and we just pile it and we just gather it somewhere and those things are gathering dust? No. So what we are also saying is that if you want to ensure this, as employer of labor, if you have those feedback, ensure that you treat them. Not every suggestion are workable, but people feel happy when they receive feedback. Yeah, we receive this feedback, so these are the challenges. There are something people can put, they can put suggestion across based on their limited knowledge, and you have a helicopter view of what is happening. So you can tell them that, okay, we have this suggestion, yes, nice one, but these are the snacks that are there, and these are the things that we are going to do, though we cannot do this, we can do this. When people have that kind of feedback, they will feel heard, and they feel
considered part of being the organization.
Yes,
you know. So they consider being identified with
in the organization.
All right, could you share some practical strategies that some business owners can implement to promote diversity and inclusion in their workplaces, especially in the hiring process?
So thank you very much. So what are the strategies that we need to put in place to ensure that we have this? Now, there are some other laws in Nigeria that most of us maybe don't have access to. There are laws of inclusion. And don't forget, this inclusion that we are talking about is not limited to the employee, even to your client. One of those things under diversity and inclusion is because your customers are also diverse. How accessible is your place to them? It's also part of the policy of diversity and inclusion. Do you include people that live with special ability? Can they access your service? Is your office accessible to them? Even in your hiring process, are you not having a kind of sentiment against them? So those are the things that we need to look at. We need to open our mind and see that our recruitment are based on competence, and things that will not affect people's delivery of their job are not the one that put at the front burner. So you will see that a lot of talent are there, they are not attracted, or you have missed a lot of them because you have those bigotry. So we should be able to tell people that are in hiring, open your mind, we base this on merit, we base it on competence. Remove all those biases. Those select bias, age, culture, generation, ethnicity, where you come from, your color. We don't preach that one here. You have a lot of in advanced countries. So those are the things that you need to address all these things if you want to have the best brain.
All right then. So how can employers strike a balance between ensuring diversity, inclusion, and hiring based on merit?
Yeah, thank you very much. So we are not saying that you sacrifice merit, competence on the altar of diversity. No. But both of them are together. So why I have my merit, the requirement for the rule, what we are saying that don't be beclouded by those things, that those biases, those sentiments. Don't be beclouded with them. And you will see that your merit, your standard that you set, it will try out the best for you. So the best can come from those people that ordinarily your sentiment will have put them outside. So what we are saying that don't lower your standard. Definitely people that you think that they have the best out of them. They will come out, you see them coming on, how did the person just come in? But you see that the recruitment process is fair and everything is okay. So please that is an advice for.
All right then. So, how can employers ensure that their employees imbibe a culture of inclusion when engaging with colleagues, customers, and clients?
Advocacy, advocacy, advocacy. Like the one we are having, you have it in your among your staff. You tell people, because sometimes you need to. The process of change is hard. You need to force unfreeze what people have to get them have a neutral mind before you can just freeze the one. You have to have this open mind. I have to have open mind in treating people. I have a customer that is addressing me as a front desk. I will not just look at that person because of where the person come from or how the person look. So it's what to keep on telling people from time to time. And we believe that with similar advocacy like this, people will get to know, and then we are going to have an equitable society.
All right, then, an equitable society, and absolutely that is what we need, so we do not discriminate against anyone, be it due to cultural background or tribe, anything whatsoever, or gender-based, or even by the virtue of the person's physical appearance. Okay, because sometimes it goes beyond. It goes way beyond the physical appearance. You have to deal with the person's intellect. All right. So, how are there any specific challenges that small businesses commonly face regarding diversity and inclusion in how and how can they overcome it? But before you respond to that question, let me take this update from the traffic manager who reported impediment earlier. Olowolaimo, 1 minute, please. Okay.
That the earlier reported accident on top of a Manchester bridge.
Yes.
In one joining Kushofe. The two vehicles out of the road.
Good.
Has been taken care by Papa Osa, by policemen.
Okay.
At KP.
Okay.
So the two vehicles is out of the road.
Thank you so much. Okay, that's good to know. For those of you held up in that build-up on Ikorodu Road, the impediment has been taken off the road, and certainly the build-up will fizzle out in no time. Cooperate with the traffic managers. They are the reason why you are there. Just obey whatever they say to you, and then you will have a good time commuting to your destination. Another flash update from Okota Isolo says there is a broken down truck at Church Bus Stop in Wotele, and this has engendered traffic backward at Go Roundabout and the Ibe Road. Therefore, motorists that are advised to make use of alternative routes like Ilasamaja to connect Sele Express. I'll take that report again for the sake of those who are just tuning in. A broken down truck at Church Bus Stop in Wotele, and this has caused traffic backward at Go Roundabout and Ibe Road. Therefore, you're advised to make use of alternative routes like Ilasamaja to connect Sele. All right, over to you, Simeon.
Okay, yeah. So, what are the challenges for small businesses? One of those things, and what also kills business is one of those lack of diversity. You know, you can see some businesses that started early, and then before you know it, they are down. Now, one of those things I've identified is my family. Then you are not open up. Okay, my tribe, my people from my side. Those are the challenges, and then you couldn't get the best from people that will help your business to be profitable and to be sustainable. I'm not saying that you are not helping your people, but not at the detriment of your business. So you see, most of the small businesses, you can see that maybe it's the dad that owns this, is one uncle, is one cousin, and all those ones. It's not diverse enough, and you see that business die with such family. So if you are looking for a family, and for a business rather, looking for a business that you want to outlive the owner, diversity and inclusion is very important for you to embrace.
Absolutely. Diversity and inclusion is very important for you to consider. What would be your final take to listeners this morning?
Yeah, thank you for everyone listening. My parting shot will be that people are not difficult. People are different. When you identify their differences, you harness it, it will make you profitable and sustainable.
All right, my people will say mawafuniwa. But even as you do that, you also have to understand that there are boundaries to everything you do. And it's on that note that we wrap it up on the show this morning. It's been a wonderful time with Simeon Alamu, the head HR